Well, really, we're looking for progress, right? We're looking for guys that are buying into what we're trying to give to them, and that's a lot of that is effort, strain, finish, just some of those basic fundamental things. And I really feel like guys are buying into those kind of things. I think we're making a heck of a lot of progress. There's schematic progress, like you gotta learn the fronts, gotta learn the movements, gotta learn the coverages. There's that part, and then there's the technique aspects of how to put those things into practice. So I can't really complain about where we're at right now. It's probably better than maybe I would have even have anticipated based on really not having any kind of preparation beforehand.
Yeah, how different has this been just since you guys weren't here with this program in the spring? What did you guys have to do this summer to kind of hit the ground?
Yeah, it was really unique. We were able to obviously provide them with some written information and some video help but they had to do a lot of things on their own. We had very, very minimal meeting time, quite honestly, and really, next to no any kind of practice or anything like that with them. So a lot of what they did was on their own. Again, I give those guys a lot of credit because that wasn't easy from their perspective either. But I can see it's paid off because stepping on the field, a few days ago up until now, I can tell they've really embraced those things, and we're picking up some of the concepts for sure.
Does the compressed timeline help in that regard? Just saying, we have a lot of work to do in the next 3 weeks. Does that help get it?
Yeah, I certainly think there's a sense of urgency that goes along with that, right? Everybody knows it, and we're probably not. We're not throwing 100% of the playbook at them. I think there's certain things we're just holding off of until such time that we can probably absorb it. So we're just making sure we've got the basic parts down. And again, it's the scheme part, but it's also the hustle, it's the finish of things. It's the tackling, it's the getting off a block. It's the leverage and pursuit and just being relentless in that area. If we can nail those things down, then whatever we decide to do schematically will probably work. And we're really trying to hit that stuff a lot.
Could you just give us a sense of what your scheme looks like, what your defense looks like? Just your basic philosophy behind the defense that you want to put on the field?
Yeah. Basically, we're a 4-down front. We play multiple coverages behind that, we have some. It's zones coverages, it's man coverages, it's combinations things. There's blitz game, various blitz things, and obviously we have different packages that we evolve to, different personnel packages based on a lot of things, but our concepts generally stay the same. So I think once you learn the basic core of it, the other things that we branch off into are pretty easy to grasp because it can always, hey, this is new, but it's just like this other thing that we already know. So, and again, I think it's sound defense. It doesn't change a whole lot week to week. It's not like we've got to invent a bunch of new defenses every week. It'll line up to everything. Got a chance versus everything. And again, that's what we want guys to get maximum repetitions, doing similar things week to week. That's how they learn. That's how they can play fast.
Brian, I know you got some guys returning in the safety position, but also some new ones. What's it look like?
Well, again, there's obviously things I'd always want guys to do things better. We got to be better communicators back there right now. I think I know what's going on. I'm not completely sure all the time, so guys tend to hold back. We got to just, talk about speaking with their chest all the time, right? And even if you're wrong, let's all be wrong together instead of some on one page, some on another. So we got to communicate better. But I will tell you, there's lots of ability back there, and every day it's a different guy stepping up, making really a eye-opening kind of a play sometimes. So I know there's a lot of potential back there at that position, and quite honestly, I think at every position. So. Again, as long as we just take a step by step every day, get 1% better, I feel like we're going to keep moving in the right direction.
Where do you see Tyron Johnson fitting into the defense? I know he's played a few different.
Yep. Well, we've kind of put him in at one of our defensive end spots. He is literally might be the fastest guy on our team, and he's so we're trying to put him in a position that utilizes his size, his speed, his burst. That's a really good position where he's playing for us to do that, where he can hopefully put some pressure on the quarterback, but he'll get a chance to, occasionally, that guy drops into coverage and things as well. So I think we've put him in a spot where he feels comfortable, he likes, and where his abilities will really suit him the best.
How important is it to have not only super seniors like him, but also the guys you brought over from Buffalo that might be familiar with you in terms of leadership?
Yep, I think that's been a plus to have some of those guys from Buffalo decide to join us over here. I would also tell you that those guys aren't receiving any kind of special treatment. If you looked at how they take reps, they're taking reps down near the bottom of their position group. So, hey, everything has got to be earned, and nothing is going to be given. They do probably have a benefit of knowing certain things and having a degree of comfortability that maybe some other guys don't. And I really believe they've done a heck of a job of being unselfish and really trying to help guys out at their position and maybe just all hold defensively. They've really embraced that and have jumped into that. And again, I give those guys a lot of credit because they probably do know a little bit more, but they're just not jumping in and running with the starters. So they've got to earn it too.
Coach Ledwell also mentioned that maybe Ron has kind of transformed his body. Have you seen that?
Yeah, Ron McGee is one of our defensive tackles. He was, had a lot of injury situations with us at Buffalo. Really thought he always had a heck of a lot of ability. He just had a hard time staying healthy. He finally, came in this summer and was healthy and has been healthy. Has really added a lot of solid muscle mass. He's probably our fastest, most explosive defensive lineman that we have, testing wise. So again, he just needs time and repetition. That's really what he needs, and he's getting it right now. And I hope it show itself down the road here.
Coach, what's been your own progression like since you guys arrived here? Have you taken time to study Big 12? Or are you just doing it while you're looking at teams, at your own team's tape from last year, or what's your own progression been?
Yeah, no, we've actually looked at, as a staff, we've looked at every opponent this year, all 12 opponents. We've done kind of a preliminary game plan breakdown on them to kind of know who they are, what their personnel is, what do they like to do. Just some general thoughts about, okay, what going into that game, what are some things we need to be thinking about, and maybe some just things to be aware of. So we've kind of made that initial scouting report, but and I think that'll put us ahead of the game a little bit, particularly for me. Obviously we've retained some staff from previous, and they've been very helpful. They know about players, and they know about even coaches sometimes. So I think they're obviously helping me and our new staff out. But I feel like we'll have a pretty good beat on opponents, and we have a tremendous support staff, analysts and quality control people who do a phenomenal job. That's one of those things that's really impressed me about this place is there's more of them off the field roles, and what they do, the in-depthness of what they do has just been, and the information they can provide, some of the minute details of things and about opponents is really, really outstanding. I'm really going to rely on those guys.
Hey, Brian, take one more. Go.
Webb is a 6'4" corner. You don't see a lot of those. What have you seen from him so far?
Yeah, quite honestly, I saw him when he showed up, just a few days ago. So, but yeah, he's tall, he's long. I think there's huge advantage to that. He's quiet. He goes about his business. He don't talk about it. He is about it, in terms of what he does and how he does it. And man, again, I think there's great asset to having some length out at those positions where you can use your size and length to get your hands on guys and be disruptive. And we're counting on him, but we got to count on all those guys out there. The fact that he's a grad transfer that's been in some Division I, played Division I football before, I think is extremely helpful because obviously we're young at that position. Otherwise, we're pretty young in the secondary. So I think that part will certainly help. But also the way that he's going about it is the right way, and it'll benefit us.